Hello everyone, here to give you an update on the S.M.S.L DA-9. If you recall from my last video, I made a comment on how at full volume, which is 70 here, my speakers were getting some significant interference noise, which I believe was contributed from the video card that I have, an RTX 3080, and that noise is basically getting carried from the power outlet and into the power supply of the DA-9. While running a RCA output from the SU8 to the DA-9, the noise was present. So one of the things that I did that actually worked and mitigated the noise was I changed the outlet of the power supply. So I didn't share the outlet from the where my computer was. I moved it to another outlet in the room, and that seemed to have a good impact on the noise, but it didn't eliminate it completely. The noise was still present in that full volume. If I focused on it, I could hear it, and it's pretty annoying. And I didn't like that. So I had to look for another solution. So the next thing that I did was I unplugged the XLR from my Monoprice THX 887 headphone amplifier and plugged them into the DA-9. That basically had a balanced output from the SU8 DAC into the DA-9 amplifier. The noise is pretty much eliminated there. I can kind of show you over here. There's no noise that is audible. Another thing to note is that I'm using a new set of speakers. I just built these. They are a DIY kit from CSS Audio called the Crichton 1TDX. They are amazing. Highly recommended. Another thing to also note is that the sensitivity of these speakers is a little bit is I think like 6 dB less than the Klipsch, so that might have something to do with how much noise it can pick up. That being said, running balance was the solution. But the other problem that I had is that there's only one XLR output here. So in order to get both these amplifiers working, I ended up buying this little thing right here called the One Little Bear MC3. What this actually is a 3 input, 3 output device selector. So it gives you 2 XLR inputs to select from and 1 RCA input. And you can transfer those inputs to two XLR outputs or an RCA output. So channel A right here is actually my headphone amp, and B is the DA-9. And it is a pretty solid unit. The fit and finish is good. The switching, the knobs feel really nice. And from what I can tell, there's no degradation in sound quality. So, what are my overall impressions of this? Well, unfortunately, in my situation, I could not run the RCA. But running balanced, it is sounding very, very good. I would say it's a little bit better than the SA300 that I had previously. It definitely gets louder. It hits a little bit harder, sounds slightly smoother, even though it's the same chip. Inside, it just has that feeling of it. Now the other question is this amp loud enough to drive these speakers? Yeah, it definitely is, especially for a small room. It definitely fills it up. 70 is like ear bleeding loud. I don't even use it at that level. I typically, for relaxed listening, I'm at 45, and I even tone it down on my computer. If I really want to rock out, I'll go maybe up to 55, and that's like loud. Overall, like I said, I'm pretty happy with this unit. I think I'm going to keep it. I am curious, however, to see how the S.M.S.L SA400 that just released performs. That thing, I heard, has about 126 watts of power, which for the room that I'm in right now is more than enough. It probably a way overkill, actually. So it's probably more aligned to being in a home theater or in your main living room and in a home entertainment setting. So yeah, I don't know. For right now, I think I'm going to keep this and use this solution because I am pretty happy with it. So So my recommendation for anyone who's in the same situation, who's getting noise picked up by their computer, is to run balanced. And if you have a situation where you need the XLR outputs from here being switched between two devices, this thing is pretty good. I got it on Amazon for $65, which I think is a little overpriced for what it is. But it works and I'm happy with it. Also, when I'm switching between inputs and outputs here, there is no weird noises that are happening. It just transfers over smoothly without any popping or weird interferences or whatever that you might experience with other things. So yeah, it's good. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this video is informative to some of you.